for today. I am competing for Miss New Jersey next week within the Miss America organization, and I'm so proud to be here as a representative of the Miss America organization. I'd like to thank New Jersey Manufacturers Insurance Group for having me here today, and also the Brain Injury Alliance of New Jersey. I'd like to take a few moments to talk to you a little bit about my own platform work with distracted driving. Recently, we formed People Against Distracted Driving, which is a 501c3, in honor of Nikki Kaleni, who was a 19-year-old girl who died last year in a distracted driving accident in Washington Township. And I have her father here with me today. Mike, where are you?
Right here.
Right here. Mike has been so wonderful throughout all of this. He took the tragedy of losing his daughter and has harnessed it to make a difference and to save lives, and that's what we are doing together. We've created a sign campaign, Stay Alive, Don't Text and Drive, that has gone all throughout the state, and we're happy to say that we're working very closely with New Jersey Senate for Nikki's Law, which will provide funding for signs all throughout New Jersey. And we'd like to thank New Jersey Manufacturers Group at this time for giving a wonderful donation to us for our signs all throughout New Jersey. So we give a hand to them. What's interesting about the journey that Mike and I have had is that I actually met him in January of last year, where I went to the sign company where he was working for with my design for my sign in hand. And it was so strange because 3 months later, his daughter died in April from a distracted driving accident. And the irony of the situation was that we were working together before this ever happened. And the universe works in mysterious ways, and we were put together for a reason. So we're here in Nikki's memory, and I'd like to thank you again for coming here today, all about driver safety. I can't tell you how much it means to me to be here with all of you. So if I could give all of you for coming a round of applause at this time. And we're going to jump right into it, because I know everyone's really excited to find out who's going to win. So our first speaker will be Barbara Geiger-Parker, President and CEO of the Brain Injury Alliance of New Jersey.
On behalf of the Brain Injury Alliance of New Jersey, I'd like to thank all of you for coming to the third annual You Got Brains Champion Schools Showcase to view the projects students from around the state have worked so hard to develop over the past month. The You Got Brains Champion Schools project is a great way for the Brain Injury Alliance of New Jersey to meet our mission to support and advocate for individuals affected by brain injury and raise public awareness through prevention and education. Recognizing that if teens are part of the problem, they need to be part of the solution, the Brain Injury Alliance of New Jersey developed the You Got Brains Champion Schools project as a way to partner with teens to reduce the numbers of teen fatalities and injuries on our roadways. In our third year, we have 55 schools in 17 counties recognized as 2012-2013 champion schools. That's all of you. And today we're here to celebrate the power of peer-to-peer training to raise public awareness about teen driving safety. We know the causes of teen motor vehicle crashes, which can have a catastrophic effect on our teens. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, motor vehicle crashes are the leading cause of death among teenagers. Mile for mile, teenagers are involved in 3 times as many fatal crashes as all other drivers. In the past few weeks, I've been amazed to see the projects that you all have developed and the impact that your work has had on your schools and communities. Thank you to the students and faculty of the Champion Schools who have given of their time to help their fellow students remain safe. Thank you also to the Brain Injury Alliance of New Jersey staff, including Renee Carfey, who is the Senior Director of the Brain Health Network. She oversees the Champion Schools program. We have 2 public education coordinators here, Wendy Burke and Sue Quick, and they have provided guidance and support to the participating high schools. We had a lot of work that had to be done by our web and design team, and that's Chris Hopwood and Jason Berardi, and they worked very hard to give voice to the projects that you all worked so hard to develop through our You Got Brains website and through YouTube. We have our communications associate, John Kinsella, who helped to spread the message about this project to the media. And also we had a wonderful panel of judges who had to make very tough decisions. We met on Monday to figure out who the grand prize winners would be. I'd also like to acknowledge that the chair-elect of our Brain Injury Alliance of New Jersey board is here today, Wally Kyle, and he made a special trip to make sure that he would be able to share in all our excitement today. We also had a number of sponsors that I would like to acknowledge. The New Jersey Highway Traffic Safety Division funded our Champion Schools program. We have our founding sponsor, NJM Insurance, and we thank them for supporting our program and donating the simulators for our winners today. We also have received funding from the Allstate Foundation, the Badlani Foundation, the New Jersey Teen Safe Driving Coalition, Partners for Health Foundation, the Council on Brain Injury, State Farm, DCA Auto Group Safe Driving Foundation, the AAA Clubs of New Jersey, Drive Safer, AT&T, and I Play America. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Barbara. Now I'd like to welcome to the podium Bernie Flynn, President and CEO of New Jersey Manufacturers Insurance Company.
Thank you, Lindsay, and thank you, Barbara. I had the opportunity to walk around the room earlier and look at all of your projects and talk to many of you, and I have to say, I am quite impressed. NJM has been a longtime supporter of the Brain Injury Alliance and its efforts to help us reduce the frequency and seriousness of automobile accidents. We are very proud to be the founding sponsor of this program, and even more proud to know that there are so many young drivers like you who share our commitment to keeping our roadways safe for all who travel them. Today is about all of you. I'm not here as the president and CEO of an insurance company. Rather, I'm here today as a proud partner in your efforts to promote safety on the roadways and help reduce the far too often tragic consequences of distracted driving. With so much to look forward to, you should all take great pride in knowing that you are off to a very good start in helping to make our society a safer place. As you make your way in the world, don't ever abandon your convictions. Promoting safety through advocacy and action is one of the greatest contributions you can make. If organizations like the Brain Injury Alliance and NJM can work together with advocates like Lindsay, our state government, and brilliant young students like you, there's no limit to the positive impact that we can make in support of safer roadways. Since our founding 100 years ago on this very day, NJM has proactively engaged in safety-related efforts in the workplace and on our highways. But given the distractions that all drivers face today between their own cell phone use and that of other drivers, we believe that distracted driving is becoming an epidemic. And through important efforts like the one we're here today to acknowledge, we really can make a difference. In addition to several other safety-related initiatives, NJM is donating $1 for every Don't Text and Drive pledge we receive in 2013. So we want to receive 50,000 pledges, and we will donate $50,000 to be shared among various New Jersey-based charities. Pledge forms are all around. Some of your programs include pledges. I had to clean my finger earlier because I had black ink all over it, and it was well worth it to make my second Don't Text and Drive pledge. So please take a moment to consider that. Help us advance the shared goal of safer roadways throughout the state. You are well along the way in that regard, and we appreciate all of you being here today. This is by far the greatest turnout we have had in this program. Please give yourselves a round of applause.
Thank you, Bernie. Now I'd like to welcome to the podium Gabe Hurley, who is a car crash survivor and St. Joseph's McCutcheon alumni.
All right, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Today's all about you, so I will be short and sweet. My name is Gabriel Hurley, and I'm 28 years old. I'm here today to share my story with you and hopefully provide perspective to some, if not all of you. In June of 2009, I was victim to a near-fatal car crash caused by the reckless and irresponsible driving of a group of teenagers. Before I go into detail about what took place that night, I'll provide you with a quick background about myself. I've been a lifelong resident of Middlesex, New Jersey. Music and guitar playing have been a focus of my life from a very early age. In 2003, I graduated from St. Joseph Metuchen. 5 years later, in May of 2008, I graduated from Rutgers. That following January, I landed a well-paying IT job at Virgin Mobile headquarters in Warren. 6 months later, me and my friends planned a trip to leave for Las Vegas on June 19, 2009. The night before, I decided to make a late-night, last-minute run to CVS in Edison. The next thing I remember, I awoke from a medically induced coma in Robert Wood Johnson's intensive care unit, completely unaware of what happened and the extent of my injuries I sustained. Since I have no recollection of the events leading up to the time of the accident, what I'm about to tell you is my understanding of what took place that night from the police investigation. June 18th of 2009 was the last day of class for many high schools in central New Jersey. That night, a group of 10, 16, and 17-year-old kids in 4 separate cars decided to make a late-night run to McDonald's. The 2 lead drivers were both 17-year-old males who had just received their provisional driver licenses. When they turned onto the road where I was hit, they started to speed up, drive recklessly, showboat, hot dog, whatever you want to call it. Eventually, the lead driver lost complete control of his car, spun out, and hit a bridge. Upon impact, his entire front end crushed, his hood released, and a 25-pound piece of metal, being his air conditioning compressor unit, unlatched. As he spun out into oncoming traffic into my vehicle, that piece of metal went from his car through my windshield and hit me dead center in the face. Upon impact, both my left and right eyes both ruptured. The right eye is a fake prosthetic which I have zero vision out of. I am completely blind. My face split open down the middle, and every bone in my face was fractured or completely crushed. The upper palate of my mouth split in half, and I lost 7 teeth, one which ended up in my lung cavity that was later removed. Besides losing my eyesight, I've lost my complete sense of smell, which is never coming back, which has severely impacted my sense of taste. My front nasal passage, entire mid-face, and jaw had to be reconstructed. Doctors had to remove a portion of bone from my forehead, skull, and rib cage and hold them in place with titanium plating, metal pins, and screws. I was in the hospital approximately 2 months and was transferred between Robert Wood Johnson and J.F. Kennedy's brain trauma unit. I suffered from a mild brain injury the night of the car crash. Since June